Have you ever wondered how private companies are transforming space exploration? Today, we're diving into the latest groundbreaking mission by SpaceX Crew-9. This isn't just another routine trip to the stars. It's a story of innovation, international collaboration, and the bold future of human spaceflight. Stay tuned as we explore how this mission is shaping the next chapter in our journey to the cosmos. Space exploration has entered a new era, one where private companies like SpaceX are taking a leading role in transporting astronauts to and from the International Space Station, ISS. On September 28, 2024, SpaceX launched its latest mission, Crew-9, continuing its long-standing collaboration with NASA. This mission isn't just another routine flight, it represents the 9th long-duration crewed mission to the ISS under SpaceX's Commercial Crew program. SpaceX and NASA's partnership has redefined how we approach space travel. Over the past decade, the two have worked together to develop safer, more efficient ways to send astronauts into orbit. The Crew-9 mission is part of that vision, a vision that aims to make human spaceflight as routine as air travel. But why does Crew-9 stand out among the others? One reason is its critical role in maintaining the ISS's operations. The station serves as a unique laboratory in space, where scientific experiments conducted in microgravity are paving the way for future missions to the Moon, Mars, and beyond. Crew-9 is tasked with ensuring these experiments continue while also bringing home 2 astronauts who have been aboard the ISS longer than originally planned. As we delve deeper into this mission, we'll uncover why Crew-9 is more than just a transport service. It's a stepping stone in humanity's ongoing quest to explore the stars, and it's pushing the boundaries of what's possible in human spaceflight. If you're fascinated by space and want to follow the latest developments in human space exploration, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. This way, you won't miss any updates on the incredible journey of Crew-9 and beyond. On September 28, 2024, SpaceX made history once again with the launch of its Falcon 9 rocket, carrying the Crew-9 astronauts aboard the Dragon capsule. The rocket lifted off from Space Launch Complex 40, SLC-40, at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. While SpaceX has launched many missions from this site, Crew-9 is particularly special because it marked the first time astronauts were launched from this specific pad. For 2 years, SpaceX and NASA worked tirelessly to upgrade SLC-40, transforming it from a cargo launch site into a crewed launch pad. These upgrades included a new crew access tower, an arm to safely guide astronauts to the spacecraft, and an emergency escape system designed to protect the crew in case of any issues during launch. This was a significant step forward, not just for SpaceX, but for human spaceflight in general. These improvements underscore SpaceX's commitment to creating a safe, reliable pathway to the stars. But the technology behind the launch didn't stop with the pad. The Falcon 9 rocket and the Dragon capsule used for Crew-9 are marvels of engineering. SpaceX is known for its innovation in rocket reusability, and this mission was no exception. The first stage of the Falcon 9 rocket had already flown in a previous Starlink mission, and after this launch, it made a perfect landing back at SpaceX's Landing Zone 1 in Florida. The Dragon capsule, named Freedom, had also been used in multiple missions before, showing just how far SpaceX has come in perfecting its reusable systems. This focus on reusability is key to the future of space exploration. By reducing the cost of sending humans to space, SpaceX is opening doors for more frequent and accessible missions, not just for NASA, but for private companies and international partners. The upgrades to SLC-40 and the proven reliability of the Falcon 9 rocket demonstrate that we are moving closer to a future where space travel could become commonplace. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Crew-9 mission is the unexpected shift in its astronaut roster. Originally, this mission was set to carry 4 astronauts, 2 from NASA and 2 international partners. However, in a last-minute change, only 2 astronauts, NASA's Nick Hague and Russia's Alexander Gorbanov, were on board when the Falcon 9 launched on September 28. This adjustment was necessary because 2 astronauts, Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams, who were already aboard the ISS, needed a ride home. They had arrived earlier on the first crewed mission of Boeing's Starliner capsule, a significant milestone in spaceflight. However, due to a thruster issue with the Starliner, their planned 10-day mission turned into an extended stay aboard the ISS. NASA, in an effort to ensure their safe return to Earth, modified Crew-9's mission to make space for them in the Dragon capsule for the return trip. The changes led to a reshuffling of the Crew-9 manifest. 2 astronauts originally scheduled to join this mission, Xena Cardman and Stephanie Wilson, had to be removed. Xena Cardman, who was supposed to command the Crew-9 mission, shared her feelings in an emotional interview after watching the launch. "It was hard not to think, that's my rocket and my crew," she said. Her disappointment was palpable, but so was her pride in knowing the mission's success was a team effort. These changes highlight just how complex and dynamic human spaceflight can be. Sometimes, even the best-laid plans are subject to unexpected challenges. This adaptability is a hallmark of NASA's and SpaceX's approach to space exploration, ensuring that missions can adjust to meet new demands while maintaining safety and efficiency. For Nick Hague, this mission marks another significant moment in his career. A veteran NASA astronaut and a colonel in the U.S. Space Force, Hague is leading the mission alongside Gorbanov, an experienced cosmonaut from Roscosmos. Together, they represent the ongoing collaboration between the U.S. and Russia in space exploration, a partnership that has persisted despite political tensions on Earth. Space missions, especially those involving human spaceflight, have always been complex endeavors, requiring the collaboration of numerous nations and agencies. Crew-9 is no exception. What makes this mission particularly interesting is its reflection of both international cooperation and the expanding role of newer institutions like the U.S. Space Force. For decades, NASA and Russia's space agency, Roscosmos, have worked together to maintain and operate the International Space Station, ISS. This partnership has persisted even through times of geopolitical tension. Despite strained relations between the US and Russia on the global stage, the ISS remains a symbol of shared scientific pursuit, with both nations continuing to send their astronauts and cosmonauts to live and work together in space. In Crew-9, Alexander Gorbanov from Roscosmos and Nick Hague from NASA, despite coming from 2 different countries with different political climates, are side by side in this mission. Their cooperation is a reminder of the unifying power of space exploration, where the focus is not on national borders but on the shared goal of expanding human knowledge and capabilities. In addition to this long-standing international cooperation, Crew-9 marks another historic first. It is the first mission to include a member of the U.S. Space Force. Nick Hague, who serves as a colonel in this newly formed branch of the U.S. military, represents a significant shift in how space exploration is being approached by global powers. The U.S. Space Force was established in December 2019, and although its primary focus is on national security and space defense, its involvement in missions like Crew-9 points to a broader role for the military in future space endeavors. This involvement brings up important discussions about the future of space. With space becoming an increasingly contested and critical domain, the role of military entities like the Space Force is likely to grow. Yet, the balance between scientific exploration, commercial interests, and military operations is delicate. Crew-9 is a prime example of how these sectors are beginning to overlap. Space exploration is no longer just the domain of governmental agencies like NASA and Roscosmos. Private companies such as SpaceX and new military branches like the U.S. Space Force are becoming key players in the future of spaceflight. Moreover, the significance of Hague's involvement as an active member of the Space Force extends beyond just his personal career milestone. It symbolizes a new era where space, once seen as a neutral zone for scientific inquiry, is also becoming a critical area for defense and security. This raises questions about how space will be governed in the future, especially as more countries and companies develop their own space capabilities. Will the peaceful spirit of collaboration that has defined the ISS persist, or will space become another arena for geopolitical competition? Additionally, the role of companies like SpaceX in facilitating these missions cannot be overstated. SpaceX's ability to provide reliable and reusable transportation to space not only lowers costs but also accelerates the pace of exploration. The Crew-9 mission is yet another demonstration of how private companies are changing the space industry. The Falcon 9 rocket, already used in a previous mission, was once again successfully recovered after launch, illustrating the efficiency and sustainability that reusable rockets bring to space travel. At the same time, the Dragon capsule carrying the astronauts, which had flown in multiple missions before, exemplifies how SpaceX is revolutionizing space logistics. With fewer concerns about constructing entirely new spacecraft for each mission, attention can be focused on pushing the boundaries of space exploration, increasing the frequency of missions, and tackling more complex scientific goals in space. This dynamic between commercial innovation and governmental oversight is what will define the next chapter of human space exploration. In the context of Crew-9, all these elements, international collaboration, military involvement, and private innovation, are coming together to shape a new paradigm in space travel. The mission is a clear indication of how the space sector is evolving, with more stakeholders and higher stakes than ever before. As we look to the future, we can expect even more missions where these different actors work together, and sometimes compete, to advance humanity's reach beyond Earth. The Crew-9 mission marks another major milestone in human space exploration, blending the innovation of private companies, the collaboration of international partners, and the growing involvement of the U.S. Space Force. As SpaceX continues to refine its reusable rocket technology and NASA deepens its partnerships with private companies, the dream of frequent, affordable space travel is becoming more realistic. At the same time, the mission also highlights the challenges of spaceflight, such as the unexpected changes in crew manifests and the extended stay of astronauts like Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams aboard the ISS. These obstacles serve as a reminder that space exploration is still a complex and evolving endeavor, requiring flexibility and constant adaptation. Looking forward, the Crew-9 mission signals a new era where space is no longer just a domain for scientists and astronauts but also for militaries and private industries. As more players enter the scene, the future of space exploration will depend on cooperation and innovation at every level. As we venture further into space, the landscape of exploration is changing fast. Will you be part of this new frontier? Subscribe to our channel, share your thoughts in the comments, and join us on this incredible journey. Together, we'll explore the mysteries of space and shape the future of human exploration beyond the stars.